crocheters, it's Karen Whooley. I hope you are having a good week, and for those of you in the United States, I hope you're not too swamped with pre-Thanksgiving preparations. I fortunately this year get to go to my niece's house, so all I have to do is bring a dessert, so I'm not too swamped, so that makes me really happy. I'm going to apologize up front because it's very overcast here today. And if I put lights on me, I'm so washed out, and even the colors are washed out. So I'm leaving my natural lighting in the office. So hopefully you guys can see the colors in truth, but if not, I apologize. So make sure you check the websites out for things that I have that I will be showing today. So first of all, let's talk about projects that I've completed. I've actually completed 2. So excited. I was gonna wear this today, but it's still wet and I just pulled it off the blocking board and I need to put it back on. So, but I finished my Audrey. For those of you, this is a sweater by Knitty McPurley, if this is the first time you're watching. It's a knit sweater with a boat neck. And I bought this yarn in January. I think I started the pattern in February, but I bought the yarn in January for my birthday and started it in February and then had to put it aside because I've been working on my book. And I picked it up this weekend and finished it. I had mentioned it last week, forgot to bring it up. I had finished one sleeve and I had just put the second sleeve on the needles. So I finished them this weekend. It's being blocked, but I love it. It fits great. Hopefully I'll wear it next week and you can see the finish. But I'll put a photo here so that you can see what the final pattern looks like on a person. But the sleeves are 3/4 sleeves. They're a little wider than I would normally make them, but I actually kind of like it. So I'll wear it next week so you can see what it looks like on me. But I really love it. The yarn I used is Haiku Sueno worsted. It's a worsted weight sweater in the color Corny, and I'll link that below in the show notes. So that's the first thing I finished. The second thing I finished is my football socks. I'm so excited to have those done. I'm going to bring that up a little closer. This is yarn from Yarn Inc. in the color Waves. And what I'm really excited about is I kept track this time of how many rows I did for the cuff, how many rows I did for the leg before I started the heel. And then once I finished the heel, how many rows I did before I started the toe. And the socks match perfectly. They're on blockers here, but they match perfectly even without the blockers. But without the blockers, they wrinkle up a lot. So I wanted to show them on blockers. Really love how this turned out. These turned out, so I can't wait to wear them. I'll probably put them on tomorrow. We'll see. Anyway, okay, so that is what I've completed. I actually started a crochet project. I'm going to show you guys that right now too. And that is, you've probably seen this pattern before because I made 2 baby blankets for some friends. Well, one is a friend of my daughter and the other was my niece who had her 3rd child, and I made them each a blanket with the same pattern. And I decided after the second one that I really needed to write the pattern down, create a sample, and release the pattern sometime next year. So this is I'm calling it right now the circus blanket because it's in primary colors. I actually had brought this as my project to work on when I was at my guild meeting last week, and they told me it reminded them of heartbeats with those spike stitches. It's hard to tell on camera, but I really love how this is turning out. I'm going to make it a toddler size. I'm going to have multiple sizes in here, but this one's going to be a toddler size because most likely this one will go to my grandson. But that's what I'm working on. It's 3 colors. I'm using loops and thread worsted weight. I don't know what the actual yarn is. Let me see. Here's the one I'm working on. It's loops and threads, soft classics. That's what it is. This one. It's a worsted weight, 100% acrylic. And if all goes well, I'll be using 2 skeins of each color. I may have to go buy a third of whatever I'm going to use for the edging. I haven't decided yet how I'm going to edge it. But I wanted to show you guys that I am crocheting. So I've got my first project on the hook, post book. And then I have one other project that I'm going to be showing you. What did I do with it? Oh, here it is. I haven't started it yet, but I'm going to be starting it on Thanksgiving because for those of you who know who Andrea Mowry is, she's a knit designer and she is doing a Thanksgiving challenge for knit socks. And since I do socks, a lot of socks, I'll post a picture of what she's doing. I do a lot of socks while I'm watching football, and of course Thanksgiving is football day too. So I'm going to start cast these on for Thanksgiving, and hopefully by next week I'll have, I'm hoping at least one done. The challenge is to get them all done by the end of day Sunday. I don't know that that's going to happen for me, but it's called the Oxbow socks, and I'll post a picture, but I want to show you the colors I'm going to use. These are actually leftovers from my book, and so this is going to be the main color of the sock, and this is going to be the cuff, the toe, and the heel. These both are from Inner Yarn Zen. She's one of my favorite dyers, and this one is called Fuzzy Lobster. It's her classic sock, I think, is what Superwash Fingering is the base name. It's I'm gonna try not to pull the whole label off. Okay, it's 100% superwash merino. It's the whole skein would have been 400 yards of fingering, but this is more than enough because these are short socks. More than enough to do the entire sock. And then this color, this is also her superwash fingering, and this color is called, I cannot remember, red speckles. Okay, but the speckles they match really well. So I am going to use these for the Oxbow socks by Andrea Mowry. I will link to the pattern, and hopefully I can find the information again. I found out about it on Instagram. I would assume she has info on her website, so I'll link it there. But if you don't, I'll put her Instagram and you can search for her stuff. But that's what I'm going to be casting on for Thanksgiving. So hopefully you guys have time on Thanksgiving to do some projects. I don't know. Like I said, I am going to be at my niece's. I'll probably bring them with me. I don't know that I'll actually do anything because there's going to be a lot of kids, and my niece that lives in Boise is going to be there with her family, and I haven't met her third child yet in person, so I'm anxious to meet him. And so there's going to be lots of nieces and nephews running around, so I'm very excited to be with them this year. Anyway, so let's move on to what's new in the studio. And this week I got a lot of new stuff. Actually, I had one of them last week, and I'll show you that in a little bit, but I wasn't able to do the video. So I'm going to go ahead and show you now. The first thing that I'm really excited about, this is a project bag. It's got the nativity on it. It's so cute. It's a sweater size bag, and it's from Robin Knits Studio. And a few weeks ago, I showed you some yarn from Leap of Faith Yarns. That was a Christmas Wonderland kind of colors with like a minty green mini, and it had a speckled sock. This was the bag that I ordered. The two companies did a joint release, and she had a yarn that matched this, but I really wanted the Winter Wonderland yarn and this bag. So this bag just got here this week. I love it. It's a zippered top. It's got a wrist, a carrying thing. It's big enough for sweater quantity of yarn. And inside, I'm going to show you, it's pretty deep. It's pretty deep. It's got pretty, I think it's like a 4 or 5 inch bottom on the, but what I really love about it, there are no pockets, but she's got this little loop, and it came with some stitch markers, and it says "Oh Holy Night." I love that stitch marker. And then she's got some like knitting style beaded stitch markers. I don't know if you guys can see that. There you go. It's not focusing really well. There we go. But I love the "Oh Holy Night" because it's got a lobster clasp on it. So I'll be using that. This is actually going to be used for a project I'm going to show you in a minute that I got yarn for. So we'll stay tuned for that. But this is Robin Robin's Nest Knits is the person who made those bags. I don't know if she's got the pre-orders still up, but you can check her out. She's got some other beautiful bags, but this is her sweater sized bag, and that's what I wanted. I need a couple more bigger bags because I have a lot of these small ones that I'm using for socks that I just put my socks down and, oh, here it is. I just put it down and then I couldn't find it. So, you know, I have a lot of these size, but I need something bigger for sweaters and for blankets and things like that. So that's why I ordered that. Okay, so now I mentioned that I had something last week that I didn't get to show you. And if you remember from the week before, I showed you this book from Melissa Leitman, Next Level Stitches. And I told you that it was the portable version of her indispensable stitch collection for crocheters. And so what they've done is they've broken up that book a little bit and made different books. And so last week I got this book. It's called Starter Stitches. So these are the starter stitches for people, and then this is the next level. So it's a part of the set. I had to get them both, but I don't know why this one was released after this one. So I got this one last week. I'm really excited. There's some really great patterns in here. They're all the basics. You know, it's mostly single crochet, double crochet, chain stitches. There's all sorts of stuff, but it's a really great portable sized book. You know, here's some textured stitches. Really, really pretty. So if you are interested in getting some more stitch dictionaries and ones that will travel with you, these will fit easily. If you look from this size bag, I could easily put these in there for a project. So recommend both of these books. The links will be in the show notes. But I just wanted to show you that she's done, you know, she has the 2 books now. I don't know if she's going to do any more. I can't remember how many stitches were in the original. So I'm really excited to see if any more come up. But Melissa's one of my favorite authors. She's a friend. So I have to support her too. So anyway, okay. And then I got another book in the mail. Back in 2022, I showed you guys this book. Charming Colorwork Socks by Stone Knits, or Charlotte Stone of Stone Knits. She's on Instagram. I've been following her for a long time. She does knit socks. I love her knit socks. But she just released a new book and I got it, I think I got it Friday. So this is Joyful Colorwork Socks to go with her Charming Colorwork Socks. Oh my gosh, if you like to knit socks that have colorwork, she's got some fun socks. Here's her pizza night socks. There's a couple here that I really want to show. She's got happy hour socks, but that's not the one I wanted to show. Look at the gnome socks. Oh my gosh, gnomes. I might do that. But she has one absolutely loved. Okay, let me find it. She's got all sorts of holidays. She's got food. She's got crunching carrots. Let's see. Apple picking. I mean, if you love to pick apples, oh, look at that. That's such a great pair of socks. Oh, this is my favorite, is the ladybugs. Look at the ladybugs. Aren't those amazing? And then she has the cats on the cover, which, of course, I have to do both of those. So there are some really fun socks in here. I'm going to see if I can find some others. Here's watermelon. Look at those. So if you are a sock knitter and are looking for some new patterns, highly recommend this book. Fashion is My Passion is that one. She's got Checkmate. This would be a very easy learn to colorwork knit socks, because you were using in this case, she's using a solid color with a gradient yarn that'll automatically change on its own. I actually might make those for me because I have some color changing yarn that matches another yarn I have. May do that for me. It's really easy. She's got charts in here for all the color work. Really awesome. If you're a gamer and remember Pac-Man, look at that. She's got the ghosts from Pac-Man, one of my favorites. She's got all sorts of cute socks. So if you're interested in doing knitted socks, I highly recommend following Stone Knits on Instagram and then getting her book. Her name is Charlotte Stone. Even if you just want it for inspiration and you're not a sock knitter, she has got some amazing posts that she does. She has a cat named Ivy that she absolutely adores, and that cat makes actually the cat makes an appearance in the book. Let me see if I can find it. It's right at the beginning. Yeah, here we go. Here's Ivy, but Ivy makes a lot of an appearance in her Instagram feed. So if you love cats, I highly recommend following Charlotte Stone or Stone Knits on Instagram. So that's all that's new in the studio. I didn't have any comments from last time, so I don't have anything to share there, but I did want to let you guys know, and I'm going to be posting all the links down below, but I am opening up my Crochet Crew for 2025, and it will be open on December 6th. That's next Friday, not this coming Friday, but the following Friday. But if you've never heard of my Crochet Crew and want to learn more, I am doing 3 webinars next week. They're all free. If you can't make them live and if you register, I will send you the recorded version so that you can watch the webinar. But what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be talking about the Crochet Crew. I'll give you a little synopsis here now, but I'm going to be talking about the Crochet Crew, and I'm going to give you an inside peek of what you can see in what's happening inside the Crochet Crew. I'm going to talk about all of the, the perks, what's going to be coming this year. Plus, if you attend the webinar, you will get, or when I open registration, anybody, even whether or not you attend the webinar, everybody will get founding member pricing, which is going to be considerably less than what the regular pricing is going to be, because I'm refounding the Crochet Crew. I had to take a year off. I think I've mentioned that before, because I didn't like what was going on with the platform and things like that. And now things are settled down in my space over here. So the Crochet Crew is coming back. It's coming back with a vengeance. We're going to have so much fun. We're starting with the challenge. But I will post the links to the webinars below. But the Crochet Crew is basically a community. It's a community of crocheters who want to support each other, learn from each other, share your projects. We're going to do challenges. We're going to do crochet alongs and make alongs. We're going to do mystery crochet alongs at some point. We're going to have a Zoom call once a month for everybody to just sit and chat and have their favorite beverage and crochet together, or knit. If you're a knitter, you can bring your knitting. But the whole point is for us to be a community, to learn and to grow and from each other, not just me, but from all of us. One of the things that happened when COVID struck and then my cancer in the middle of COVID, in 2021, I had cancer and battled that for 2 years. I felt so isolated. Even though I was doing live YouTube calls, every Wednesday, I still felt really isolated. It was like I had this community for one day and then it was gone. And so I don't want anybody who doesn't have a local yarn shop, who doesn't have a guild nearby, doesn't know any other crocheters nearby, to feel like they don't have a community. And I really want to build this community around crochet. I mean, we'll talk about other things. Like I said, you can bring your knitting. If you're a spinner, you can bring your spinning, whatever it is that you do. But I want to build a community of people who support each other and learn from each other. I'm going to be posting some classes. I will be doing, some live education. And the Crochet Crew itself will have perks that no one else has. So you won't get them here on YouTube. You won't get them through my newsletter. It's all because it's a paid community. You will, you get special perks, special sales, discounts on patterns and books and things like that at different times of the year. So if you're interested, make sure you go down into the show notes and find out about that. And then I wanted to let you know too that our first challenge is going to be open to the public. It's called the Works in Progress to Finished Objects Challenge. It starts January 1st. Registration for that is going to open December 15th. And when I open that, anybody who's a part of the Crochet Crew or decides before January 1st to become a part of the Crochet Crew gets that for free. If you are not a member of the Crochet Crew but still want to be a part of it, the challenge will be $5 for you, because I just need to be able to cover the cost of adding more people to the platform and the community. Anybody who joins the works in progress, or the whips to FOs challenge, that's what I call it, you will have access to the platform I use for the Crochet Crew, but you will only be able to see the challenge information. Anything else is going to tell you you can't see that because you're not a paid member. So, but it gives you an opportunity to be a part of the community for 3 months without having to be a Crochet Crew member. The only problem is that after the $5, if you decide you want to join, you're going to be at the regular price and not at the founding price. So make sure you sign up for the webinars, because the webinars I will be announcing what the pricing, the founders member pricing is compared to what the regular pricing is going to be. So make sure you sign up for a webinar. If none of the times work for you, still register for one of them. They're all 3 going to be the same, and I'll be answering questions and things like that. And I will send you the replay if you're unable to attend live. So make sure you sign up for that. Other than that, I have no other news going on right now. I'm getting ready for Thanksgiving, so the holidays are coming, so I'll have more next week hopefully, and things to share. I'll definitely be sharing my Audrey sweater, so stay tuned. Hope for those of you in the United States, I hope you have a wonderful, wonderful Thanksgiving. And for those of you who are not in the US, I just want to let you know too, along with everybody else, that I am so grateful for all of you. Karen Whooley Designs would not be able to be what it is today because of without all of you. So I am grateful to each and every one of you, whether you've bought a pattern from me or not, whether you've taken a class from me or not, whether you just follow me here on YouTube or you subscribe to my newsletter. I just want to let you know that I appreciate each and every one of you. So happy Thanksgiving to those in the US, and I will see you next time. God bless. Ciao, everyone.